Welcome back to the new video. Today I've got something rather special, something I've been working on for quite a while. I've been trying to make the best chicken thigh in a pan I can. And today I think I finally got to that point. It's become nearly an obsession of mine to make the most tasty, delicious chicken thigh possible. So I hope you enjoy this recipe. It teaches you how to make a homemade barbecue sauce and how to cook a chicken to perfection in a pan. Let's go. So the first thing you'll need to make your barbecue sauce is 140 grams of brown sugar. Add that into a pot, followed by 20 grams of sea salt, then 3 grams of cayenne pepper, followed by 6 grams of onion powder and 6 grams of garlic powder. Then add 3 grams of smoked paprika powder. This gives it a lot of flavor. And lastly, 20 grams of ground pepper. Very important. Now that you've added all these ingredients into your pot, you're going to turn it on. So turn it on and put it to medium heat. So about 100-120 degrees Celsius. This is an induction cooker. And then it will start to melt the sugars. And as the sugars heat up, they're going to start to smoke the spices you put in there. Don't get too worried about that. That's perfectly fine. We want that to happen. It will make a beautiful barbecue-y aroma. So once that happens, just give it a little bit of a shake and stir. And when it becomes a bit too much smoke to handle, then you're going to add some of the ketchup, the Heinz ketchup, in there to stop it. So here I'm going to drop a little bit in there and then give it a little stir, and this will stop the smoke from happening. So just keep stirring it and you'll notice the smoke will start to become less and less. But we got that nice smoky, spicy aroma in there. Okay, so once the smoke subsides, you can add the rest of your Heinz ketchup. In total, you're going to need 1 kilo of Heinz ketchup. So just pour it in there. Once you've got all of it in there, you're going to want to stir it in and incorporate it into your barbecue sauce mixture. All this time you are cooking it still at medium-low heat. And now you're going to add 20 grams of Dijon mustard. Followed by 170 grams of tomato concentrate paste. At this point, you're just going to want to stir it in again a little bit. Just gently give it a little stir. And then you're going to add 80 grams of white wine vinegar, followed by 80 grams of apple cider vinegar, and then again just give it a little mix. And then you're going to add 100 grams of Jack Daniel's whiskey. Okay, at this point, you're going to do your last little mix and you're going to keep it cooking for at least 2 hours at medium-low heat, and just stir it once in a while to make sure it doesn't stick to the bottom. And then you should have delicious barbecue sauce. But before you finish, once you're finished with your barbecue sauce, you're going to cut a lemon, and we're just going to need 25 grams of lemon juice. So we're just going to weigh that out. Put your beaker on it, zero it, and just squeeze your lemon juice into your little beaker. Beautiful. And then once it's squeezed out, you're just going to remove any seeds that may have dropped in there. And then we're going to add this to the barbecue sauce. This is going to give it a little nice zing at the end. You really want to add this once you finish cooking. You add it and you mix it in, and then you're ready to store this in your fridge and bottle it up. Beautiful barbecue sauce right here. Just so tasty. It's insane. Okay, to bottle it up, you're going to take a funnel and a little squidgy bottle and just pour it in until it's completely full. I'll link these squidgy bottles in the bottom. They're available nearly everywhere, but they're super good for sauces and super handy. Remove the funnel and close it up, and you can keep this in the fridge for quite a long time. I'd say anywhere between 3 weeks to 4 weeks. Alright, so now we know how to make the barbecue sauce. Let's move on to making the chicken. Okay, to cook our chicken, we're going to take a pan and we're going to put it on medium-high heat with olive oil. And then we've got some beautiful chicken here. This is chicken thigh without the bone, but with the skin on. If you're gonna cook this recipe, you need to have this piece of chicken because any other piece of chicken will overcook with this technique of cooking. So, you're gonna take your skin on chicken thigh and place the skin side down into your pan. And we're gonna start cooking it. We add a little bit of salt, and you're going to keep cooking it on one side until the skin is crispy and golden brown. And then we're going to flip it over. This will take a long time because it's only on about medium heat, more or less. So you just want to take your time. It should take about 4 to 5 minutes. And then when it's a nice golden brown and crispy, you turn it around. And again, you cook it again for 4 to 5 minutes on the other side. Now, because of the fat content of this chicken thigh, it doesn't cook very quickly. So it needs a very, very long cook time. And at this point, you're going to press down any of the bigger parts of the chicken thigh so it's more even, because you don't want a big chunky part that's undercooked. Now, it's a nice golden color on both sides, so I'm going to add my barbecue sauce. Just spray it onto the bottom side, and then you're going to flip it around, and then you're going to spray it onto the skin side. So again, just cover this side also with a nice layer of barbecue sauce. Now you want to cook the skin side very, very little. You don't want to cook it between the pan and get it all soggy. You want the skin to remain reasonably crispy. So don't cook it long on this side. Just flip it over again and keep it mostly on the skinless side. So the side without skin. So keep that crispiness in that skin that you've developed before. Now just make sure it soaks up most of that barbecue sauce. Add some more if necessary, and just keep cooking it. It's going to take another 4 to 5 minutes, and then you're going to turn off the heat and leave it for again another 4 to 5 minutes just to rest. Now this is an induction cooker, so it's not providing any more heat. At this point, you can take your chicken and lay it on a plate, and then just drizzle some of those cooking juices over the top of it. Beautiful. Now we're going to take some coriander and we're just going to chop it up. And then you just want to spray it on top like this. Just drop it on randomly a little bit. I love coriander in chicken, it's just amazing. And squirt a little bit of lemon juice on, and that's pretty much it. There you've got one of the most tastiest chicken dishes I can make. Super tender, crispy skin, delicious barbecue sauce, coriander, some lemon in there to lighten things up. Just spectacular. So juicy.